So if you go to YouTube and you search woman fight wig, this is all you see.
You just walked past me. I was going to do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Obviously, that's so rude. It's two of them open though.
Oh, thank you.
Don't talk me crazy. Yeah, don't talk me crazy. I don't know you. Don't talk me crazy.
The thing is, it don't even matter. You don't even know me, and I don't even know you. What? What's the problem? Ain't nobody scared of you. Nowhere. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I cannot believe you! Oh my God! I cannot believe you. Where's my baby at? Come here. Come on, let's go. Okay. Oh my God! Oh my God!
She said, "Where my baby at? Let's go."
I really do that.
She not gonna pay for her stuff. She just wanna leave. She's just embarrassed.
Are you okay, ma'am? I am okay. Don't worry about it. Come on, Savannah.
She said, "I'm okay. Don't worry about it." And she All right, all jokes aside. This is the number one reason why black people are not respected in the world. Number one. We're not doing nothing else. What else are we doing? Criminals? No. What are we doing? This is the worst thing, and this the most consistent thing.
She want a sucker. That nigga for that fucking wheel. God, I think she need a sucker.
And I still run motherfucking Houston. I don't give a fuck.
She says she still run Houston. This is why people just can't respect us. Black men, this affects us. It makes it easier for people to shoot us, discriminate against us. This is not black woman bashing. This is an emergency. And this is why black men tell y'all to cut it out. Y'all don't only represent yourselves. Other men wouldn't accept this. Why your wig always falling off? And you always bald underneath there. Always bald. Even if you're not that bald, you got your hair all sewn down and just look bad and raggedy. Black men, I need y'all to imagine that you were doing this too today. Wearing wigs and weaves sewn in. Imagine you shave your head off and got a whole Brad toupee, where Brad shave all his hair off, put it on a cap and give it to you. You put it on your head, can't tell that it's not yours, right? It looked like it's growing out of your scalp. Imagine yourself doing that today, right? Tap back in to your inner Brad, see, because once upon a time, black men used to do the same exact things that black women were doing as far as grooming ourselves to look like Brad in the way black women were trying to look like Becky. This used to be you, black man.
Well, all right.
Right? You remember, so you got to get it straight. That's what Denzel said after he washed it out. He said, it's straight. It's laying down. I can tell. This used to be us, though. Scalp burning. Need to hurry up and wash it off. But boy, we felt good. We felt good after it got slicked down. No, Jack. Listen to him.
I can tell it's laying down.
I can tell it's laying down. This used to be you, black man.
That's the thing to do. Come on in here and get through. A money maker and a heartbreaker every step of the way.
Yeah, reacquire the spirit.
That's right. Watch your lip there. Because you may sip. Alrighty. Yo, man.
Looks white, don't it?
He said, looks white, don't it? Hard for us to imagine ourselves talking like this today because black men, we were healed by our movements. 60s and 70s healed us. Didn't heal black women. And I'm talking about the majority. It did not heal black women. But I want you to try anyway. Try to reacquire this energy and this spirit of wanting to look like Brad. Because that's what it was. Because we would straighten our hair and style it the exact way that Brad styled his hair. That was the blueprint. We used to look at Brad in awe. We used to look at Brad and think Brad was so handsome that we had to try our best to look like Brad. Hard to imagine us thinking like that today. We used to be so in awe of Brad. We did the same thing black women were doing, in awe at Becky, trying to look like Becky. Oh yes, I say again, Brad was our blueprint. Reacquire that spirit, please, black man. Now, let me ask you a question, Black Brad. What do you think of yourself? How do you feel about yourself as a black man right now? You'd have to feel like something's wrong with you. And that you were fixed and healed now that you look more like Brad. You had a problem before, but after the conk and the styling, now you're okay. Once that new growth started coming, now you got a problem again. So you got to fight your genes. You got to constantly mask and conceal your genes. But I want black men to take it a step further. And imagine that today you're doing the exact same thing black women are doing today. Just like we were in the early 1900s. Imagine they make Brad toupees, where Brad shave all his hair off, put it on a cap, you put it on your head, and it looks like the hair growing out of your scalp. Because that's basically what sew and weaves is. And these wigs. That's the purpose. And after you do that, let me ask you, how do you feel about yourself as a black man? Do you feel less of a man? Do you feel a lower quality of a man? You'd have to. You'd have to feel like you're beneath Brad. That's how we used to see ourselves. I can envision it. I can see it. Look at that. Admiring Brad, trying to be like Brad. So we have it in us to imagine that, energy and spirit is in us. We have it in us. And I can do it. I can see it. You can't take a picture unless you get slicked down first. You can't go to church. You can't do nothing major unless you get slicked down first. If it's a big event, you got to get slicked down first. And sometimes on a day-to-day basis, you got to get slicked down first. Now, during these days, there were black men who were still natural. But this was the norm in black America. So imagine it's still that way. Imagine that our movements did not work on us in the way that they didn't work on black women. And today, we wear Brad toupees. How would you have to view yourself? How would you feel about yourself if you were still doing that today? Now let me ask you this. How would you view black women compared to Becky, Ling Ling, and Maria? Wouldn't it be mandatory that you viewed black women as less than, as inferior to Becky, Ling Ling? The women they get that hair from? Of course. You couldn't look at them in any other way. It wouldn't even be possible. So, it's always a bad look when any of your leaders, prominent figures, spokespersons, when they fail to touch on this problem. This is a deep psychological problem, and it's the number one reason why black people are not respected. They can't respect this. Other people of the world can't respect this culture. Nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is being as disrespectful towards their own genes. Who does that? Who does that? No. And shout out to black men. When we do wear a toupee, we keep it 100. We're not going after somebody with different genes. Yeah, we're going to get a wig or a toupee to get more of what we got naturally. I'm telling you, this weave culture makes it easier for others to gun us down. And I'm talking about us black men. To discriminate. Black women have severe emotional issues. And I'm saying we need therapy. Now listen, I think black men need therapy too. 100% on board with Mr. Samuels suggesting that we need therapy. We all need therapy. Black women need more. Because the 60s and 70s was therapy. It was self-imposed therapy. And it worked on black men and it changed them. The proof is right in front of you. Permanently changed us to the point where we cannot imagine ourselves in that mentality where we're in awe of Brad and trying to look like Brad, wearing Brad's real literal hair. We can't even imagine ourselves doing that today. But we know full well we need a totally different mind state. Fellas, that's the mind state they got today. This adds fuel into why they are disrespectful to us. This is why they look down on us, look at us as inferior because they look at themselves as inferior. That's how it's destructive. This only enhances their relationship with other people because they're going to always view those people with this admiration in their eye. That's why they change. Their spirit changes when they interact with these other people. And they're nicer. Sometimes you don't even recognize them no more. They're nicer. They would never be rude and disrespectful. Then when they talk to you is nastiness. This sarcasm. Being condescending. Evil. Talking about they have been able to say the most evil things. And this weave culture, I believe, is the number one fuel for several things. Anybody's not pointing that out, if you ask me, is doing a disservice.